What is going on YouTube? Hope you guys are doing fantastic. Today's video, we're focusing on builds. As I said in my last video, I played 17 games on Tuesday. We're going to go through all the games and kind of just look at the builds that I did and anything that sticks out to me from any of the other builds. And I'll just kind of talk through with if I think it's strong, if I think it's good, something you should know. There's going to be no fluidity to this except me just going through all the games and kind of being like, that felt good, that felt bad, why? So if you're confused about something, you might have to watch the video all the way through for it to be as little confusing as possible, but hopefully it's not that long of a video. Started with a mid lane Ryzen game. I went nuclear this game. I think Warlocks actually felt really good. I was going to keep it at the tier 2 Warlocks, the one that heals you for 10% health and mana. But then I remembered that max health and mana got reduced. So instead of healing for like 70, 80 and getting 70, 80 mana back, you're getting like, actually instead of getting like 100 health and mana back every level, you're getting like 70. Didn't feel great. So I was just like, let me just upgrade to the Warlocks. I did tier 2 tier 2 book tech, where it's just sitting at the tier 2 because Tablet of Destinies doesn't really do any damage until you're at least like 25, 30 stacks in. And then I got up to about 25, 30 because I built it in my Charon's coin to start getting that stacked. I finished Ratatouille, and then I went back around 35 stacks and finished my tablet. And that actually felt really, really good. I felt very tanky with this build because I got health from Tablet, health from Warlocks, and some HP 5 from the Charon's coin. So overall, I thought this build was actually pretty good. I played a Mammon mid game. I went 7-5, but I didn't really do any damage. I don't think the build felt great, but I also think it was a really hard game to play Mammon. We also just didn't have any pressure really everywhere. Vulcan didn't feel too impactful to play against. The Rama build felt okay. I think this Rama build's fine, but you're only at 30% pen and it's only on your autos, so your abilities do no damage. On gods like Rama, it doesn't feel that bad, but I really think this build is not that good. Ares felt very impactful. This build was insane. I was getting one shot and I could not kill him. Again, it's because I was really far behind and he was pretty far ahead, but this might be a build that I have to look out for, the double stack build. Played an AMC mid game. Didn't go too well. I kind of got soloed off cooldown by the Ullr Naja combo. For some reason, Ullr went Corrupted Bluestone, which doesn't make any sense, but it doesn't really matter because of how far ahead they were. Naja, Ullr kind of just played through the early game really well and then just rotated, and we had no pressure anywhere. Duo lane was 1-12, 8 deaths over in duo, or in solo. Jungle wasn't doing too much either. This one's kind of just a blowout. It's hard to take a lot of stuff from this one. Played a Vamana game. We made the King Arthur rage quit. He died a few times early and then he left. The build felt good at 15 minutes though. Played a Sylvanas game. And I actually thought this build felt phenomenal. I thought this build felt really good. I felt very tanky. I felt like I was making a lot of plays. I've been really liking, if I don't go blink, going both Entangling Wings and Emblem. They both kind of give you two forms of peeling. So you have your kit for peeling, you have horrific for peeling, and then you also have sprint for peeling, which is really nice when there's so many dive gods. You can sprint away the Arachne and then horrific the Shiva when he goes in, and then use abilities when Janice is looking to dive. It felt good. That felt really good. Arachne went for a lot of lifesteal in the build. Didn't feel too impactful in team fates, but was a really good 1v1 character, which she is. Then I played a Herc solo game, and this build felt really good. I was unkillable. I was just running at the Hell, who was super far behind, built into a breastplate, so she was trying to survive, but she couldn't survive just because she couldn't kill me. The Rama wasn't in a strong enough spot to kill me also. So I was just kind of dominating the game. Globe and Valo did a lot. I really liked both of these builds, especially on Scylla. I think you can kind of go a little bit more of a damagey build and you don't have to worry too much. Soul Gem kind of gives you a little bit of survivability with the heal and the health. And then I think Val's build was just good. I played a Thana jungle game, and I basically just did the old build, which is just Jotuns, Hydras, Serrated Bloodforge, and then I went Heartseeker. It felt unreal. I was able to kill anyone that I wanted to. I killed this Bellona a lot. She went for Equinox Shogun, so she had no physical defense until third item, and then that was her only physical defense item, so I was just feasting on her. Able to execute Lassus a couple times. Was able to make plays in mid also on this E-set. Didn't love the sack shroud out of E-set. It kind of made her take a lot more damage, and she wasn't healing enough to make it like valuable. Maui support game. The build felt good. It felt a little weird not having a ton of cooldown early, but it wasn't that bad because Maui's cooldowns have been buffed a ton. Able to get a lot of kills onto just about anywhere that I was, but the Gilgamesh got off to a really nice lead, going for just a bunch of maces. Nothing really too big to take from this game. Haddix's build, if you want to see that one on the Hades. Fafnir went for the Daimyo's Kusari, which I think is a really good item. But yeah, again, they just kind of got stomped. I played a tier game and got counterpicked. Bro, this is the hardest game I've ever played. They had a Lancelot mid. This character is so Mickey Mouse. Daji's a Mickey Mouse character. Medusa's Mickey Mouse. Serb Mickey Mouse. RDO Mickey Mouse. Bunch of Mickey Mouse characters. I wasn't able to do anything. I died a lot. Sandalia died 3 times before 2 minutes. It was kind of just Jover from that point. Tough game. I think the RDO build was good, though. Played a Serket jungle game. I went for a crit jungle Serket game, and this felt really good. Serket crit felt really good. I was very not strong in team fights, though, so keep that in mind, but 1v1, I was killing Hunbots, I was killing Neath, I was killing Serb, Chronos Achilles. I was making plays all over the map, able to do a lot of damage. It didn't seem like this build was bad, but it didn't seem like he was able to do a lot of damage also, only 20,000. But I don't know if that was a positioning thing, him getting dove thing, him not getting a ton of help, but he was not able to do a ton. And then Oceans played Geb solo. We had a Sack Shroud Zeus, which I think this is really risky, but it worked out well this game, I guess. My best game of the day, me and Chang'e best went 35-2 combined. Wow. And it wasn't even like we just killed one. This is their solo. This is their mid. This is their support. We were just killing everyone. We got off to a nice lead early game and kind of just snowballed from there. This Aussie actually felt really good as an Willix item because she has such low cooldowns. And then I made up for a little bit of the cooldown with Erendite, which just got buffed. The Chang'e build, she was one-shotting. It was insane. I mean, I think both of these builds felt really, really good. Bakasura game. Tried to go Shadow Steel first item, and I mean, it worked out really well early game. This Thoth build and player played the game really well. I think Thoth is unfortunately back. His ult at 5 items for doing 1,500 to me. Mirrodin, his 3... and then just charging up the ult does a whole lot of damage. And then he also gets extra damage from Gem of Focus. So I think Thoth is back. I think this is a really good build for Thoth also. I think this Charon build is also really good. Chronos Pendant combined with the Spartan Flag gives you a little bit more power, so your damage is a little bit higher. Double stacking makes it so you have basically 30% cooldown. This is like the old Jake build. I think this build is really good. Went for an XL support game and was actually dominating laning phase. We got a couple kills early in laning, and then the Cleo just kind of rotated everywhere and killed everywhere. She couldn't be shut down because we didn't really have any CC, which is, I guess, a little bit on my fault, a little bit on having a Loki solo. Did not feel too great in this game. They just had a lot of CC, could walk at us, and I think it's just because our comp just doesn't make any sense, but I think this build has a lot of potential. I just would have to feel a little bit more. Sobek game, went for a Sentinel's Boon into Cloak, Contagion, Genji's, and Pridwin. Felt good. Didn't feel great. And I don't know, it's just because, like, early game, I'm just not used to it, or Sobek's just not great in the early game anymore. But I felt like my plucks were getting punished very easily. It wasn't a bad feeling build, but it just didn't feel too great. We had a Hell mid doing a lot of damage, was able to stay alive. Ratsquid did a lot on the Thor. I liked the Surtur build. I actually think the Surtur build is really good. He was pretty tanky, and he also did a lot of damage. Going into the CERN game, I tried to go back to my Claw Leader's Cowl build, and it's just not hitting like it used to. This felt really good when you were sitting at like 2,500 health, and this 15% of your max health was just a whole lot of extra health. It doesn't feel as good now. I think also with Aussie's buff, with having Flat Pen, it's just like Aussie and Devs are just better, and then Claw's just kind of a lot lower. A Willix seems to be doing really well in most of the games that I've been seeing. So eyes on a Willix. Try a few Willix games. Try a few builds with her. She does seem really, really good. I played a Maui game. I died in lane a couple times very early. Bobby and Blast kind of destroyed me in lane. But I think this is just kind of a we are losing everywhere. They had a mid lane Nemesis just destroy my Chang'e, destroy my Raven, and then also destroyed my Camazotz. So it's kind of just a losing lanes everywhere. Quick surrender game. And yeah, those are the 17 games. Let me know what you guys think. Is there any questions you guys have about the builds? I think there is a lot of room to still grow with the builds, but this is just kind of that first step to just feel things out. I think Warlocks is something to talk about. I think some of the tier 2s are also something to talk about. That Daimyo's Kusari is really good. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. I'll see you guys again next time. Peace.